Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. Cheers! Today's video is going to be my February TBR. You know how this goes, but we're just going to be talking about all of the books that I hope to read in February. It is insane outside. I literally have like a fleece jumpsuit on because it's like 20 below zero real feel or wind chill. There's like frostbite advisories. It's gonna be crazy, and as a lot of people in the States know, we have a huge snowstorm coming like tomorrow. It's supposed to be like 1 million inches of snow, so it's a little bit of a crazy time at the moment. So let's talk about all the books we're gonna read. So Becky actually announced this on her Instagram, and I believe on her YouTube as well, but and I reposted it. But we are going to be doing a kind of read-along where we're going to be rereading, I think she's only reread the first one, but we're going to be reading the Caraval series and having live shows every month to talk about it. So we're going to each be reading Caraval in February, Legendary in March, Finale in April, and Spectacular in May. So for February, I'm going to be rereading Caraval, which I'm kind of excited about. I reread them when I had John listen to them, but since then I haven't reread them. I'm not a big rereader, but I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite series ever, and I'm hoping that it holds up to how I felt about it before, because if not, I think I'll be a little bit sad. But so I'm going to be rereading Caraval. While I'm talking about it, let me grab one. So Caraval by Stephanie Garber. If you haven't heard me talk about this book, I don't know where you've been, because I talk about this all the time. The tagline for this is, remember, it's only a game. So in this world, you're following two sisters, and they get invited to participate in Caraval, which is this like magical game competition kind of thing. And when you go, there's a prize that everybody's competing for, but there can only be one winner. And this year the prize is a wish. I think it's always a wish, but I can't really remember. And the sisters have always longed to go, but usually it's like kept aside for the high people of society, etc. But her and her sister get tickets to go. And when they arrive, the older sister, Scarlett, cannot find her sister, and it turns out that her sister has been taken, and she has to play and win the game to get her back. I love this series so much, and I can't wait to reread it and talk about it on Becky's channel, so you should head over to her channel to tune into those live shows. Or mine. We're not exactly sure what's going on, but the live shows are coming. More details to come, I guess. Another one that I really want to read that's part of my anticipated releases is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. This is book 2 in the Heartstring series. Book 1 is First Time Caller, and this is following the weatherman of the same like radio station. And I think it's going to be really fun. It says, 2 competing meteorologists are forced to find common ground in this opposites attract when Harry Met Sally inspired romance. Jackson Clark and Delilah Stewart have had their fair share of run-ins over the years, often ending in disaster. While Jackson thrives on routine and organization from the comfort of his radio booth, Delilah loves the spontaneity and adventure out in the field. When they partnered against their will to cover the snowstorm of the century, they find themselves scrambling to figure out how to work together. Eager to be taken seriously as a journalist, Delilah offers Jackson a deal. If he can help her ace this assignment, she'll help him rediscover his long-lost fun side. With an undiscovered chemistry burning beneath their clashes, the unlikely partnership quickly tumbles into an easy and surprising friendship. But when other feelings start to enter the equation, can Jackson and Delilah withstand the storm, or does what happened in the mountains stay in the mountains? I'm just really excited. I like that it's following the weather people this time, and it's like a rivalry, but it's only one-sided. It just sounds really fun, and I have faith in B.K. Borison since I read First Time Caller, so excited to get to that. And then one that recently popped up for me on Libby, I had a hold on it, and it became available, so I went ahead and checked it out. So I'm planning to get to this in February, is A Vow and Vengeance by Jacqueline Rodriguez. This is book 1 in the Immortal Desire series. It says, deadly tarot, wicked schemes, dangerous alliances. Can you survive the forge? Sexy, action-packed, and brimming with magic. A Vow and Vengeance is an unputdownable romantasy debut. Rune Riker has nothing left to lose. Everything's been stolen by the Immortals. Her family, her home, her freedom. But she's done playing by the rules. Each year, humans are forced to journey into the immortal realms, but 21-year-old Rune orchestrates her own selection, determined to find her family and destroy anyone who stands in her way. Rune is used to doing whatever it takes to survive, and now she must endure the Forge, a cutthroat college for the immortal druids' elusive tarot magic. When Rune's magic reveals itself to be the rarest and most powerful, she must live with its only other wielder, Prince Draven. As arrogant as he is ruthlessly ambitious, he's the last person she can trust. Rune's abilities also draw the eyes of the most dangerous druids in the realms. Some want to use her, more want her dead. Draven offers to train her for a price. As Rune becomes ensnared in Draven's dangerous games, she learns there are secrets at the heart of the kingdom that some will kill to protect. And Rune and Draven's growing attraction may be the spark to ignite a brewing war. So that sounds pretty good. I'm curious about it, and we'll see how it goes. And then one I've been meaning to read for a long time, and I can't believe this came out several years ago at this point, is Light Lark by Alex Astor. This has been on my radar for, like I said, a long time, a while. And I keep meaning to get to it, and keep saying I really want to read it, and I haven't. So I'm really curious about this. I think it's a magical competition. It's been a while since I've looked into it at this point, but it says, "Welcome to the Centennial. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game, where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, and betray, even as love complicates everything." Sounds great. I hope that I really like it. And then one that's one of my anticipated releases that comes out February 3rd is A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Spann. This sounds so good. "The gods are dead, all that's left are the players. The performers of the playhouse are as worshipped as they are feared. Their enchanting shows, bending hearts and minds and even reality itself. Vicious, godlike, lethal. 18-year-old Riven Hesper knows the dangers better than anyone. After her own encounter with a player resulted in a curse that is slowly killing her, when the Playhouse announces the spectacle of a lifetime, a chance for one mortal to steal a player's immortality, Riven sees her last chance to live. Desperate for answers, she infiltrates the competition. There she finds Jude, the Playhouse's brilliant, merciless lead player, whose charm is as dangerous as his craft, and strikes a deadly bargain to save her life. But with time running out and the Playhouse's secrets unraveling into a disturbing picture, Riven faces a grim possibility. She might not be the hero of her story after all. In fact, she may be the villain, because the Playhouse doesn't just tell stories, it rewrites them, and Riven's might end in blood." And this says it's Caraval meets One Dark Window in this lush and dark fantasy. That's what I need to hear. It just sounds amazing. Hope I love it. And then the next one that I need to read is actually a NetGalley audio arc that I have that I need to get to. And it's Say Yes to the Nemesis by Vivian Wood. Apparently this is book 2 in the Wildflower Lane series. But it sounded kind of funny. It sounds like it's like a hockey romance, but also a bachelor type of a situation, like the TV show. "Their rivalry was legendary. Could one reality show rewrite their ending? Ryan is a hotshot hockey player and Ren's big brother's best friend. He has always tormented her mercilessly, making shy, geeky Ren feel like she could never measure up to his effortless cool. She loathed him for it, even while secretly nursing a pesky crush on him for years. When Ren lands her dream job as an executive producer on a dating reality show, she's thrilled. But then disaster strikes. First, she's forced to fill in as one of the bachelorettes on the show. Second, the bachelor they're all competing for, none other than the sexy, villainous Ryan. The producers, delighted by their antagonistic chemistry, sweeten the deal with a big promotion if Ren plays their vapid TV game to win. Forced into close quarters and increasingly ridiculous dates, Ren grits her teeth and pretends to be in love with her worst enemy, but no one warned her about the dates. The hand-holding, the roses, the hot and heavy makeouts, the sneaking around to avoid cameras when the teasing becomes too much. Or the way Ryan looked at her like she was the most breathtaking woman he'd ever seen. He's leaning into the fiery banter with what feels like genuine heat, but is it all for the cameras? Or could their adversarial relationship finally ignite into something real? Enemies to lovers, sports romance, brother's best friend, forced proximity, spicy romance, hockey player hero, sarcastic nerdy heroine, unrequited pining, reality TV romance, blah, 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 yeah. It sounds fun. I'm just curious, and I think it'll be a quick little fun read, and I need to get to it because NetGalley. Well, those are all of the books that I'm planning on reading so far in February. I would love to know some books that you're planning on picking up in February, if you have a theme you're leaning into, a genre, or if you're just going to be reading whatever you want and being a mood reader. I would love to know. So please leave it in a comment down below. But that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.